Coming up, we will look at how at-home testing kits might show faster results, Title IX, how it influences college state funding,
and how students are affected by streaming service inflation.
This just now in tech news, the first responder on the scene.
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts
I feel
over the years.
blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State
Fullerton.
Production.
OC News starts right now.
Welcome to OC News. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ariana Torne.
and I'm Annette Valderrama. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. As the coronavirus pandemic is set to enter its third year and Russia continues its march, Ukraine President Biden is set to deliver his first State of the Union address Tuesday night. Biden's main focus is on a new plan to lower costs for American families and his administration's efforts in the labor market's recovery. He plans on laying out a 4-point plan to lower costs for families, reducing costs of everyday expenses, and reducing the deficit. He is expected to also talk about Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, who is nominated to replace retiring Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer. Biden is also expected to describe his steps in his administration, financial stability, military advance on Ukraine does not end. You can watch the State of the Union address at 9 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow evening.
A shipment of Starlink user terminals arrives in Ukraine today to provide internet access to Ukrainians who have been facing major internet outages since the start of the Russian invasion. SpaceX founders and CEO Elon Musk has sent Starlink terminals to Ukraine in an effort to provide the country with reliable internet services. After the major internet outage started after the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Ukraine's Vice Prime Minister and Minister of Digital Transformation, Mikhailo Fedorov, decided to take to Twitter in an attempt to get some assistance. On Saturday, Fedorov tweeted Musk asking to provide Ukraine with Starlink stations. Shortly after, Musk responded to Fedorov stating Starlink service is now active in Ukraine. More terminals en route. Earlier today, Fedorov tweeted this photo of the Starlink terminals and thanking Musk for his assistance.
California just announced the mask mandates for schools are coming to an end. Today, Governor Gavin Newsom and California state officials announced that starting March 12th, all students and staff, regardless of vaccination status, will no longer need to wear a mask at schools. Over the past week, COVID cases have dropped 2/3 and hospitalizations were cut in half. With the numbers expected to go down more, state officials say they feel it's the right time to make the transition.
Shopping for groceries can be a huge financial burden for many college students. Luckily, Cal State Fullerton now has a food pantry to provide free groceries for those who need it. Elena Malik headed to the pantry to get more details.
Addressing food insecurity amongst college students has been an ongoing effort for Cal State Fullerton. The ASI Food Pantry here on campus is a new and permanent service that supplies students with non-perishable foods, canned goods, and fresh produce. Hooray! The Food Pantry here on campus is an all-inclusive program designed for all students who might be struggling with food insecurity.
We don't take your family, the number of family in your household or your financial income and stuff like that, because no matter how much money you have and whatnot, we don't know your situation. So I always want to be open for all students to come and grab some food.
Food insecurity amongst college students has been on the rise, especially with the pandemic, so the pantry has been receiving many new visitors weekly.
The pantry receives about 300 students each week. Mm-hmm.
The food pantry provides numerous different grocery items to students.
Usually we have the regulars. We have milk, eggs, so dairies usually here. Sometimes we've been getting more meat more often. We do tend to have canned goods, usually canned vegetables, and we've been trying to get more canned fruits. We also have snacks that includes peanuts. We've been getting chips recently and also granola bars. So yeah, and we also try to get as much fruits and veggies as possible.
The ASI Food Pantry is open Monday through Friday and is located on the main floor of the Titan Student Union. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about this resource, check out the Food Pantry's website. Reporting from Cal State Fullerton, this is Elena Malik.
National Nurses United is here on campus to spread awareness on the crisis that is currently happening in the medical field. Find out how you can help them achieve their goal.
National Nurses United is here on campus to spread awareness of what's currently happening in the medical field. National Nurses United is the largest professional association of nurses in the country. They are visiting the Cal State Fullerton campus to collect signatures that will ensure nurses are provided with the necessary resources to fight against the COVID-19 pandemic.
Anyone that's registered to vote under any county can sign a petition to help the nurses receive proper care and proper products to keep using, like masks and gloves, because a lot of them having to be recycled. So if you keep using the same stuff, a lot of nurses have ended up in the hospital, and a lot of them have also ended up deceased as well, which is unfortunate because we need them to help us out.
So we're trying to make a law that says anyone who makes over $5 million per year pays a 1% tax increase. That money goes into a special fund for nurses, so any nurse who needs a mask or any type of equipment to stay safe can get that equipment free of charge.
If you are interested in helping out the nurses and signing the petition, National Nurses United will be here on campus the entire week. I'm Nadine Alfaro, live from Cal State Fullerton, reporting for OC News.
Coming up, how to receive at-home COVID tests through the mail for free. And the spike in gas and groceries are all expected to increase in the upcoming months.
In deciding if I want hot or cold coffee in the morning, Katie Doan has more coming up.
Wondering what this weather will be like? Katie has all the details.
Thanks, Maria. Let's check out the weather for today and also the upcoming week. So currently it is hot in Cal State Fullerton right now at 85 degrees. It's a perfect day to go out to the beach with clear skies. However, I would highly recommend getting a jacket because it's going to be at 53 degrees. And if you want to catch the sunset at the pier, the sunset is at 5:47 p.m. And let's take a look at the 5-day forecast for the week. So Wednesday is still going to be hot and still relatively cloudy, whereas the rest of the week is going to be extremely cold as well as super sunny. So make sure you bring your jacket as well as some sunscreen. Back to you guys.
With masks no longer being mandated in California, there is still a quick and easy way to get tested for COVID. Our reporter Jacqueline Garcia has more.
Having to leave your home and wait in line, whether at your nearest COVID testing site or at your campus testing site, COVID-19 tests may be better off to do at home if you want quick results or if you have any of the COVID-19 symptoms. Here I have an at-home testing kit. The kit comes with 5 extraction tubes and 5 sterile swabs, along with 5 testing devices.
Well, the ones at home would be quicker.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd prefer the ones at home. They're easier to do.
If they can get access to like at-home testing so that they don't have to go out while they're sick, might as well, right? But if you can't, the school does offer free testing.
I mean, it's gonna be this. It's the same thing. I got a COVID test at the actual locations. They do the same thing, but you can do it yourself.
The kits are simple to use. They come along with step-by-step instructions on how to properly take a COVID-19 test from home.
I think that's a smart idea, sending out COVID tests for everyone.
The advantage is that you save more time because you could get your results within 30 minutes.
Whether or not we got exposed, or wake up one day and you feel like you have a sore throat, you want to make sure, pull out a COVID test kit.
All you have to do is visit the website at covidtest.gov/. Click order free at-home test, fill in your contact information and where you want it shipped. And it's delivered in 7 to 12 days at no cost. Although college students who aren't fully vaccinated have to visit their campus for a COVID test, having a kit at home can be helpful if you do believe to have any of the symptoms. I'm Jackie Garcia reporting for OC News.
Streaming services were once seen as a cheaper alternative to cable. However, since the start of the year, U.S. consumers have seen their memberships rise, just like gas prices and groceries, thanks to inflation. Yet the lofty price tag has left one CSUF college student proclaiming to quit the streaming service game altogether.
Because I'm not currently satisfied of what they offer on these services. For example, during the pandemic, since people weren't allowed to go to the movies, a lot of these movies were like going on these streaming services such as HBO Max. So I believe maybe they've seen it as, we should charge more since we are having these movies on here. Cost to be rising, I don't think it's fair.
In 2021, streaming service subscriptions rose by 26% due to the pandemic. Now companies like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and others are hiking up their memberships to just over $2 to offset the high cost of inflation. With streaming service subscriptions expected to rise more in price, some college students are looking to other forms and mediums to watch their favorite entertainment that they can't find anywhere else. I spoke to CSUF radio media specialist Julio Reyes what he thinks about this prospect.
I see college students doing it just because, a lot of college students aren't making much money. So yeah, there will be a bit of a loss. They'll just settle with maybe 1 or 2 streaming services or a free streaming service that just plays a bunch of commercials.
One thing remains clear: more American college students will continue to purchase streaming service subscriptions, but with a cost. In Fullerton, this is Annette Felder reporting with the OC News. The resignation of Cal State University Chancellor and former Fresno State President Joseph Castro comes on the 15th anniversary of Title IX. Castro's resignation comes after a USA Today article that claims Castro mishandled years of sexual harassment, complaints, and other accusation. Brian Ponce has more on what Title IX is and the resources offered to students under it.
Title IX is the federal law that requires for any educational institution that receives federal funds, there must be an equitable distribution of resources. Over the years, it's been best known for what it's done to propel the development of girls and women's sports at the high school and college level. But Title IX's reach is now far beyond the scope of athletics. On June 23, 1972, former President Nixon signed Title IX into law and has become one of the 3 major pieces of legislation concerning sexual violence on campus. The other 2 are the Clery Act of 1992 and the Violence Against Women Act. Title IX has required college campuses, like Cal State Fullerton,
to have their campus authorities trained on issues of domestic violence, sexual assault,
and on the internal hearing process needed to carry out these investigations.
According to the U.S. Department of Justice, underreporting of sexual assaults and rape cases on college campuses ranges from 95% compared to 65% nationwide.
I wanted to find out what resources Cal State Fullerton gave its students under Title IX. Specifically for sexual misconduct. So I decided to reach out to the Title IX coordinator at Cal State Fullerton for an on-camera interview, but she preferred to answer my questions through email. Among the resources offered at Cal State Fullerton are a campus advocate and the Counseling and Psychological Services, or CAPS for short, according to Sarah Bauer. Brian Ponce, reporting for OC News.
When we come back, all about Euphoria's finale and how long you have to wait for season 3, and guest returns to stage with Twice.
And if you want to sing with Bad Bunny, then get ready to spend Pretty Penny.
Whether it's advice on managing your anxiety or tools to help you stay grounded, Coping-19 provides a range of resources and self-care tips to help you cope with this pandemic. We can help. Find the resources that work best for you at coping-19.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
A historic win for some of the actors last night at the SAG Award and Euphoria season finale has got some fans wanting more. Jackie Garcia is here to tell us all about last night.
Last night, the 28th annual of the SAG Awards kicked off with deserving wins for some of the actors. Lots going on in the entertainment world.
And the actor goes to Ted Lasso.
The reactions and speeches made you tear just a little. Two of the actors of Squid Game won Outstanding Performance in Drama Series.
Jung Ho-yeon!
And actor Lee Jung-jae's speech was very heartfelt.
그리고 오징어 게임을 사랑해주신 세계 관객 여러분들 너무 감사드립니다.
And thank you to the global audience for all of your love for Squid Game.
And we can't forget about Coda's cast historic win.
This validates the fact that we, deaf actors, can work just like anybody else. We look forward to more opportunities for deaf actors, deaf culture. Thank you.
And can we just say Selena Gomez walking off her fall at the carpet was absolutely everything.
As I've learned from you, Marty, leave the audience wanting less.
Hey Euphoria lovers, can I just say the season finale was insane? HBO Euphoria season finale happened last night, and I don't know if this feeling will last forever. But grab your popcorns because the big premiere of The Batman is coming to theaters this Friday. And I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait to see Robert Pattinson again on the big screen. Back to you, Mariana and Annette.
K-pop concerts are coming back in full swing. Twice returns to Los Angeles after 3 years at the Forum in Inglewood on February 15th. This kicks off their third world tour with a very special appearance from someone fans haven't seen in a while. Katie Doan has more.
K-pop girl group Twice held their first concert in 3 years at the Forum in Los Angeles earlier last month, and boy were there fanboys galore.
Yeah, first time. We're pretty excited. Here to have a good time. Got our bongs as well.
With COVID restrictions easing up on the same day, everyone still wore masks and stayed safe.
I think, I think I've done my fair share of being cautious. I've gotten vaccinated and booster, so I feel like I'm comfortable to go.
For us, I would say pretty chillin'. I know for Emily, she has like some experience of her own. Maybe if you want to share about that. I don't know if your mic can pick it up.
Yeah, I don't know if your mic can pick it up, but then I know like some of my family members got affected with COVID before, but I see everyone's being safe. Like no one's like arguing or starting petitions over here like, oh, I want my mask off or anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I feel like it's really safe and everyone respects each other for that too.
This concert was Twice's first concert stop for their third world tour, with member Junghyun returning to perform after being on a hiatus for anxiety. In addition to the very interesting barking all throughout the night, Twice had a spectacular first show as a full set, with them continuing their world tour throughout the US and other countries. We hope to see the group back in LA soon. Until then, this has been Katie Doan in Inglewood for OC News.
Bad Bunny is currently on one of his 2 tours this year, selling out his shows back to back, but the prices has fans upset more than ever.
Bad Bunny, one of the hottest artists on tour right now, has fans excited to hear him live. With new fans getting to experience his shows, ticket pricing from resellers is one thing that has many of El Conejo Malo's fans upset.
If you're first in line, I feel like they're not as bad, but when they're resold and people are just trying to like maximize, make money off of them, I think that's when it's a problem.
Fans have noticed that because an artist becomes more popular, ticket resellers go to their advantage to sometimes sell the ticket for more than double the price they get it for.
Well, from what I know and from my first time, this is my first concert being here, so
I know that the resellers just took advantage of people who just wanted to see Bad Bunny or also any other artists who were popular at the time. So I feel like it's just unfair for people to do that.
With the tickets being sold for more than their usual price, fans have called the situation unfair and feel like they are being taken advantage of, causing them to spend more.
A lot of people just want to see him, and he makes his prices usually at a reasonable price range, but these resellers just want to take advantage.
Many fans line up at the box office in hopes to get a cheaper ticket price or even a ticket at all. I am Nadine Alfaro reporting from Inglewood for OC News.
4 weeks are now in the books for spring semester, and studying is beginning to ramp up. Of course, the popular places on campus today are the library and TCU. But for those wishing to escape being inside, then take a walk down to the Visual Arts Building and enjoy not only some of the art CSUF and its students have to offer, but make sure you check out and enjoy the bench waterfall to help escape the stresses of college life, if only for a moment. Anyone who's played on a team knows the joy of playing their favorite sport. Unfortunately, for many student athletes, the joy ends after high school. But Gabe Larson has found ways Titan continues to living up their athletic dreams.
Students are back on campus this semester, and student athletes are back on the field.
30 on me, 30 on 3, 1, 2, 3, yes!
But these gentlemen are a different kind of athlete. They're the members of Cal State Fullerton's club baseball team and not the Division I NCAA team. These ball players are just as serious about playing their favorite sport, the same as any other athlete.
They're legitimate. I mean, looking over at them right now, they got some big kids. They're straight up teams. A lot of these schools come from D1, or a lot of these teams, come from D1 schools. So all the people kind of like me that don't make the actual team, they come down to play for the club. So, it's just as competitive as anything else.
If you think playing baseball for the school means a lot for these guys, just wait till you ask the fans. So what do you think it's like as a grandfather to watch your grandson come out here and play baseball for the school?
Well, first of all, I have to say that every time I come to ball field, and I've done it all my life, this is heaven on earth to me. So when I see a grandson playing that I've helped teach, it's an awesome feeling. But this is just wonderful out here to see the field and the condition it is, the players that we see, the fans. This is just it's an awesome thing.
This team and other club sports like it are officially recognized by the school through the Sports Club Intercouncil Club, or the SCICC for short. This governing body and its leaders meet every Friday at 1 p.m. to keep tabs on all the events within their sports community. Cade Gunstrin, the group's vice chairman, is proud of the progress made by his colleagues.
It was, I believe, more students started, but it was soon affiliated with the school more as it went on. And from there on, we've gotten funding from the school. And it's not as much as it goes into NCAA or those more Division I kind of clubs. But for us, they do spare quite a bit for us as well.
These efforts become more burdensome at the team level. Jaden Leyu, the president of club baseball, considers his role as a demanding job.
First, it requires a lot more time than you would think. Constantly worrying about, deadlines and making sure everything's good to go. We have a large roster, so having to make sure everyone's all set for the season takes quite a bit of time. But luckily, resource-wise, I have a lot of people helping me out in terms of our board.
While the 2022 spring semester may be in its 6th week, it's not too late for Titans wanting to get involved with a club sports team on campus. You can reach out to them through their social media pages on Instagram or through ASI. I'm Gabe Larson at Brea Olinda High School reporting for OC News at Cal State Fullerton. Keep swinging for the fences, Titans.
Thank you for joining us today. Our next newscast airs on Wednesday at 5 p.m.
For all the latest updates, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Titan TV CUF. I'm Mariana.
And I'm Annette. Have a great night.